hello, and hello once more, dear and wonderful zine friends. Welcome back to Happy Mail Monday. If you are new here, hello, welcome. I am Silvernix, your resident zine enthusiast, hanging out in rural Australia, showing you the amazing, awesome, wonderful mail that has landed in my postbox over the past week. Or occasionally shorter durations. Sometimes I get really excited, so I want to open something straight away. So occasionally you'll get a midweek Happy Mail Monday. Well, a Happy Mail midweek something. Anyway, so hi, welcome. My goodness. So hello, how are you? How are you going? I hope everyone's had a decent weekend and all that stuff. I, as always, am striving to have the most boring, quiet weekends ever because I relish the quiet, the boring, the uneventful. That is for sure. My goodness. Yes. Here we are. Oh my goodness. I have my water. And it's not a Stanley cup. It's a standard cup. It keeps my water cold because I'm one of those people. Like, I do not like water unless it's cold because it's literally a different flavor. I'm just saying. Anyway, hello. As I mentioned, I hope you all are doing well and are enjoying Mini Zine March. If you're new, Mini Zine March is like, what was it? Was it 8 years ago by now? I'm not sure. Quite a few years ago, I decided that, you know what, March is going to be good for the alliteration for Mini Zine March, and we celebrate everything Mini Zine, whether you're making them or sharing them or showing them or reading, reviewing, all the stuff, just enjoying the mini zines because mini zines are a gorgeous, lovely part of the zine-verse. And yeah, I like to celebrate stuff, and I really like alliteration. It could have been Mini Zine May, but Mini Zine March. I like it. But yeah, no prompts list or anything like that because, like, I don't know about you, but March is not a month that's not a month that I'm going to be using my brain a lot. Just let me put it that way. I'm sorry, I got distracted. There's like a car alarm or something going off, so I apologize for that. I don't think the mic would have picked it up because it was a little bit soft, but I mean, they're like really, like, Murray Bridge is pretty quiet in and of itself most of the time, but like in a quiet town, I'm in a quiet part of a quiet town, so yeah, noises are like during the week, during the weekend, whatever it is, it's usually quiet where I am, so that was kind of anyway, bit excitable. Yeah, I feel like it's taken me a while, but I'm getting back to where I want to be in terms of having recovered. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use, but it is a recovery from a very, like, one of the worst panic attacks I've ever had. So it's good to feel like I'm embracing, like, I feel kind of normal, and that's exciting for me. So anyway, yeah, I have mail for you today because otherwise I'll just sit here and babble on for ages. And while I do like to chatty chat, Happy Mail Monday is about, like, the mail with some rambles in there. Maybe I'll just get a chatty chat going, but that'll be a separate thing. So, mail! Now, you may have noticed, now I have, for years, like, I cover up addresses, all of that stuff, obviously, because the internet is forever, and addresses often aren't. Even when people have P.O. boxes, I usually cover them up still, but you may have noticed that I left Billy's P.O. box uncovered in the thumbnail. I'm actually I make the thumbnail, I take the pictures and then I record the video, so I haven't made the thumbnail yet, but just in case you see it and you notice it, Billy has made it very clear that it is a-okay to show his post box all over the place. So yeah, I still feel a little bit weird about it, but like Billy and Elias of Meditation Funnies have made it very clear that it's okay to show the post box. So I'll have to like put like some sort of note or notice board or something like that so I remember who's like, because some people will say it's okay to show this but not to show you that sort of thing. So I have to start keeping notes. I think so I don't forget. Anyway, about not rambling so much. Anyway, okay. And we're breathing. I still think I want to do like a guided meditation video. I think that would be good. But that's entirely aside. Right. So speaking of, so yes, that's Billy's post box, and he has very specifically stated to me that like it is okay to show it. So just in case anybody's like worried that I'm losing what few marbles I have left and may have forgotten. Like I have redone thumbnails. I've like, I think it was only like a couple of times I accidentally showed addresses, and I was so horrified that I'm just like hyperactive, like do not want to show anything I'm not supposed to show. Anyway, Billy. Let's talk about Billy. Billy is probably holds the top spot for people I have talked about the most on Happy Mail Monday. We have been trading life update newsletters and zines for years at this point. We met on the We Make Zines site when it back when it was a Ning site. I don't know if Ning still, I'm sure like Ning site still exists, but I haven't looked into it. But yeah, back when he was writing the life and times of Billy Roberts, and then it was the East Coast Adventures, and now it's the Desert Sun, and they all corresponded with moves and stuff like that. And so forgive me if you've heard this story already a few times, but Billy had been writing the life and times of Billy Roberts and then the East Coast Adventures, and I was living in Bendigo at the time, and I knew I'd be moving to Murray Bridge, and I knew that when I landed in Murray Bridge I wanted to make a life update newsletter as well, because I love them. I love the little sneak peeks into what people are doing and thinking and saying and experiencing and adventuring and all that stuff. I love life update newsletters, even if you're like me and don't get out much. I still want to see a life update newsletter. Anyway, so he'd been writing the East Coast Adventures, and then I moved and he'd stopped writing them, and then I started Mrs. from Murray Bridge and started sending it to him, and he said, oh, you had inspired me to start writing again, and he made the Desert Sun. And it's funny, this whole cycle of I love this story because he inspired me, and then he stopped, and I was doing my thing, and then I inspired him, and it's like, it's a circle of inspiration. That's the sort of stuff, that's the sort of stuff why I do what I do. I get inspired by all the things personally, but like, so people can be inspired by each other and make connections they might not have otherwise made, and all that good stuff. So it's one of those Mondays. Anyway, so we have the Desert Sun issue 54. That seems crazy to me. Oh my goodness. 54 for January 2024. And hello everyone, and welcome to 2024, and we welcome this month's edition of How Mexican Are We? This month I accidentally used salsa instead of pasta sauce when making spaghetti. After a few bites, I told Alicia this new pasta sauce she got was sort of spicy. She agreed, and we continued eating. Ate it all. It was really good. The next day, she was looking in the refrigerator and said, the new sauce I bought is still in here. I think you used salsa last night. Then I remembered my jalapeno joke about how these peppers are jalapeno pasta sauce. Get it all up in your pasta sauce. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, so that one should have been our first clue. Whoops. Well, what are you going to do? I think that's fabulous. That's fun and fabulous because a kitchen accident that ended up being a delicious meal. Though personally, if I'd done that, I'd be like, I feel like this spaghetti needs some sour cream for some reason. But anyway, so yes, Billy's Life Update newsletter. Let's see, we have the evolution of Tetris. Somebody beat Tetris. I still remember this. I was just talking about it the other day, or I overheard it in the post office. Somebody was mentioning it. I'm like, yeah, somebody beat Tetris. Like, you can actually beat Tetris. So yes. Oh, that's cool. I love that Billy wrote about that. And that's something too. It doesn't, like, Life Update newsletters, it can be like how world news affects you and all that stuff. It's anything. It's anything you want it to be. I love it. Oh my goodness. Beat Tetris. That's so crazy. Let's see. And then we have COVID for Christmas. Aw. This Saturday before Christmas, I started to feel a bit under the weather. I went to work on Sunday and wasn't great, but wasn't bad. My nose was runny, etc. I assumed I'd caught a head cold. Oh, and over Christmas too. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry you had it over Christmas. That's terrible. I've only had it once. But I literally tested on my birthday, and like, because I was like, not this past birthday or the birthday before. I was like, ugh, I don't feel so well. Oh wait, no. I didn't feel so well, but Wanderer had it. And he was tested positive, and I tested negative, and I was like, okay, we got to be very careful. But yeah, then I woke up the next day. The next day was my birthday, and I tested positive, and it was like, all hands on deck, because immunocompromised. So like, all hands on deck, call the doctor, see what I need to do, get on antiviral, like all of this stuff. And that was on my birthday. So I feel for you that you had it over Christmas. That's terrible. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is all to say, be careful out there. Mine wasn't a death sentence, but it still sucked. Stay healthy. Yep. It's here. It's a part of our lives. Be careful. All that stuff. My goodness. I'm so sorry you had it over Christmas. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then we have Barbie movie. I never saw the Barbie movie when it was in the theater, but had heard and read good reviews. For some reason, I was determined to be a cheapskate and wait until it was free, which it now is. It is streaming on HBO, so I finally watched it. Oh, I haven't seen it either. I went into the movie thinking I would like it, but instead I actually loved it. Aww. That's so cool. That's the same thing, what did I watch? I watched like the I don't know what it was actually called. It might have just been the Mario movie, but from a while ago. But I watched the Mario movie thinking, oh, this would be fun, a bit nostalgic. But oh my goodness, I loved it. I loved all the Easter egg references as someone who grew up on the Super Nintendo, or not Super, well, I did that one too, but the NES and then the Super Nintendo and all the references. Loved it. Anyway, so cool. And then we have music. Music is a major part of my life. I love making music, love listening to music, and I'm always seeking new bands. So definitely get in touch with Billy if you are in a band or have something that you think you would enjoy. I'll have all the links, as always, in the bits and bobs. Billy is always doing so much, like, so many cool things, like books, music, zines, like, all the things, and has a YouTube channel. So definitely check out what Billy's doing. And then we have more music. Cow tools. Okay. Last month I released a zine, which was all about my buddy Drew, who is the one-man band called Orange Drink. Look him up. We had talked about participating in Weekly Beats, which is a website of musicians who all try to write, record, and upload a new song every week for an entire year. Oh, goodness. Well, somehow Drew talked me into trying it this year. I am not currently in any bands and haven't been playing my guitar much. Most of the music I've been making is on my little handheld electronic device, so I decided to try making electronic music. I uploaded new songs in weeks 1 and 2, but missed the deadline for week 3. Drew assures me that it's okay and to keep trying. I've named this project Cow Tools after the famously confusing Gary Larson cartoon. Oh my goodness, if you'd like to hear what I'm making, go to this. Oh, I'll have the links in the description. Oh my goodness. But how funny is that? Gary Larson. That reminds me of the Far Side comics. Is that the person who made them? I don't know, but yeah. Cow tools. Anyway, so that's cool. That's awesome. That's Billy. Thank you so much for sending that along. If you don't have it already, you will have a mail from me soon. Thank you so much for sending that my way. My goodness. And now I need to have a jump cut because Zine Cat, who should not be outside, is outside. So I'll be right back. But thank you, Billy, for sending that my way. So because he decided to interrupt, here is some Zine Cat. This is Esmo. He is, oh my goodness, let's see, 10. He turned 14 years old last month. And you think you're still a kitten, don't you? You sure do. Oh my goodness me. So yeah, sorry about the jump cut, but I was like, wait, what? What are you doing outside? Anyway, hi. So yes, thank you once again to Billy for sending that my way. Next up, this is like, oh my goodness, just looking at who these zines are from this week. They're all old friends, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be trading with people for so long. It's good stuff. And the next up is from the only Ken Bausert. Woo! Ken is probably up for the for second place for people I've talked about often on this Happy Meal series. Ken is, as I've mentioned many times, is one of the very first people I traded zines with, and I'm infinitely grateful because when I knew I wanted to make a perzine, but I was still very much I was very nervous, and I thought I need to research the heck out of anything before I even try to make a perzine. So I got all kinds of different perzines, and I was like, what do I like? And I know that, or I remember quite clearly that the Ken Chronicles number 70. Oh my goodness. So the Ken Chronicles the Ken Chronicles series was very much an inspiration for me, and like taught me a lot about what I like in perzines. So Ken is an amazing, fun person. He's like, this series is just a really good example of like sharing what's going on in your life. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Evel Knievel. You don't have to be jetting off to other countries. You don't have to be living this high-rolling, high-stakes kind of life to make a perzine or a life update newsletter. You just live your life and share your perspectives, and believe you me, there's someone out there, at least one person, but there are a lot of people out there who are going to value checking out what's going on, what you're doing with your life, and how you share that. So this is obviously half fold, black and white. If you want a color version, let me just see. I'll just read you the fine print. The Ken Chronicles are published quarterly on or about the first of the months of February, May, August, and November by Ken Bausert. As the name implies, it's all about me, my life, travels, opinion, and philosophy. The entire contents are copyright 2023 by Ken Bausert unless otherwise noted. A single issue is $4 cash / post paid to the US, or a fair trade, or a letter of comment. Let's see, a PDF color version of any issue sent to your inbox is $2 or similar trade, but free upon request for anyone paying / trading for that issue's paper copy. So Ken's got it all figured out. You can get color versions of everything and all of that good stuff. And I wanted to mention the letter of comment. So, but before I get to that, I'll show you the back cover. Manhattan's Hidden Etymologies. Oh, some interesting neighborhood name origins from New York's most eclectic borough. See, this is one reason I would get a color copy, because this is in black and white. There's actually color code right here. You can't really tell. But NoHo, north of Houston. Chelsea, a British nursing home. Lenox Hill, after Scottish businessman Robert Lennox. Oh. Fort George, named after an actual fort, which in turn was named after King George V. Oh, cool. Anyway, so there you go. Where was I? And there's usually a quote on the inside cover. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Oh, I like that. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone, and welcome to the new year. By the time you read this, it will be 2024. To better maintain my quarterly schedule, I'm finishing up this issue in December 2023, and will collate and staple it, but will bring it with me to Florida so I can mail it out mid to late January. As usual, I'll work on the next issue while in Florida and put it together back in New York in early May. Of course, if you're sending me anything, trades or letters of comment, I will have our mail forwarded, but it would be better to send that to me directly in Florida. There's an address. There are a couple of long letters of comment in this issue, and I've left them pretty much intact because I thought they were interesting enough for all to read. Also included is a guest submission in my People Who Are No Longer There feature, written by a longtime friend, Beth Renicky? I'm sorry, I probably said that completely wrong, which I found her on her Facebook page and is reprinted here with her permission. Ah, so cool. I'm pretty excited to have a cousin visiting us from Germany for a week in December, and looking forward to showing her around New York for her first time experiencing the Big Apple. I'll be sure to include some of the highlights for that encounter in the Ken Chronicles 71 due out in May. But for now, this issue is ready to roll, so sit back and enjoy the ride. And I love this! There's so much I love about this. I just want to make sure that so there are a couple of addresses, so I don't want to show any too much. But I mean, obviously zines are beautiful because they're, for many reasons, but also because there are no gatekeepers. There's no one set way to make a zine. So while I love this about the Ken Chronicles, I love the complete opposite about other zines. But stylistically, like the whole Ken Chronicles thing, I do love very much. And I love, oh, there we go. So we have like all of the details right here about like when they come out, what they're about, all of that stuff. And Ken's got all his social links there, and a brief introduction, and it says number 70, February 2024, first printing. There's show you at the bottom, there's like a table of contents. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time holding this. So there's a table of contents, and then it even has some details about the cover image. Which, did I show you this properly? What is that? The Edge in the Hudson Yards, Manhattan. Oh, the Edge. Went to something like that when I was a kid in Toronto. Wait, no, that wasn't the Edge. That was something else. I'm thinking of the Edge in Melbourne, where you can just walk out and there's glass beneath, and you just, don't do that if you're afraid of heights. Anyway, so I love it. Like the front matter is just like all the front matter, and let's see. Again, I'm just seeing if there are any addresses, because anyway, so Ken, one of the things that really got me from the get-go about the Ken Chronicles is the input and feedback section, in which you, again, like he mentioned, you can get an issue for cash, fair trade, or a letter of comment. And letter of comments go in the input and feedback section, and I love this so much because he will put people's letters in and reply to them in this issue. And it's like from previous issues and things. And I know we live in a world of such immediacy and everything like that, but I love that the input and feedback, the slight delay to it, the fact that people are writing to him about his zine and he's putting it in and responding to it. It's fun. I think it's really, really fun. Anyway, so we have an address, so I'll cover that up. So here's the guest article by Beth. I've known Beth for many years, having bonded with her over our mutual love for musician Todd Rundgren. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. She's an artist currently living in Woodstock, New York. Oh, cool. And that's something too. See, there are no rules. Just because it's your person doesn't mean you can't have a guest. You can have a guest. It's your person. You can do whatever you want, including having guest writers. So that's really cool. Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, there are regular features in Ken's Perzine, input and feedback, people, places, things that aren't there anymore. Things, this is a new one, things that never used to be there. The Elmont train station, although the Long Island Railroad Company was chartered in 1834, it only became a main consolidated service provider on Long Island during the 1870s. See, there's so much history and everything. Oh my goodness. And Ken always includes, like, it's easy to read because it's like nice typewritten, not overly fancy fonts. But he also includes lots of pictures as well, which again might be a reason you want to get the PDF color version and print it off on your own if you like. Ooh, look at all these classes. I know very little about cars, but those are some nice looking vehicles. Woo! Anyway, updates, oddities, and random thoughts. I like these little sections. I love how everything's broken up and everything. And then there will always be like way back when we bought our house, there was an evergreen tree of some sort on the side of the house next to our driveway. Oh, okay. Sorry. Ken does like a lot of like home stuff, home renovation, everything like that. So there's like, including along with the regular articles, there are some individual ones as well. So you'll have the comfort of the regularity, but you'll also have like new and interesting stuff too, which I feel like is just a gorgeous mix. And then my favorite section, what I've been blank lately, what I've been attending, reading, and usually reading's broken up to reading books and then reading zines. And I believe Ken still reviews for Xerography Debt, so there you go. Oh yeah. More of my zine reviews can be found in each issue of Xerography Debt. Number 55 is due to be released soon. For more info, and I'll put Xerography Debt in the bits and bobs as well if you're interested. And then doing and stuff like that. So what I've been blank lately, I'm kind of a fangirl of like recommendations, just because there's so many books out there. There's so many movies. There are so many podcasts. There's so much of everything. So to have anything filtered through what my friends are doing, like what Ken's reading, what my friend Emma of Puddleside Musings, what she's playing for on Steam, or reading for graphic novels and stuff like that. Like, I like recommendations. Anyway, so, and then we have at the end the input and feedback section continued. And I just saw a familiar name, David LaBounty, who has sent Life of Work, blah, 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 that series that I have not reviewed yet. Hi Ken, thanks for issue number 69 and the review of A Life of Work number 1, and close this issue 2. Your issues are always a delight, but I especially enjoy the piece on Berliner's Music Shop. I love that there's a group devoted to photos of Manhattan before the 1990s, and you were able to find out what happened to the shop and how much that corner has changed. I'm fascinated by the landscapes, cityscapes that change over time. Me too. Great piece. And that's so funny too. I don't know. It gives me a little tickle when I when I see something like input and feedback, when I see people like, I know that person and I know that person and they know each other. Like, I don't know why that is so pleasing to me, but it is. Anyway, so thank you to Ken as always. You're wonderful. You have mail that, if it hasn't arrived already, it is on its way. I honestly can't remember if I send it to the address that will be forwarded or to the correct Florida address, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, so thank you so very much to Ken for that. And yeah, it's just, I love zines. I really do. And that is just one way to make a perzine. I can show you right here. I have Don't Call Me Cupcake, which I believe, like, I made this years and years ago, but this is Don't Call Me Cupcake, and you saw like Ken's version, photos, typewritten, all that good stuff. I love that. This is what I've made. Like, you can have all sorts of different kinds of zines, and this isn't my style anymore. I mean, maybe I'll do it again in the future, but this isn't my style anymore. So yeah, like, you can change and grow. You can like what you can like everything and everything. But anyway, I'm rambling so much, but thank you, Ken, for sending that zine. Your zine my way. It's always a pleasure to see mail from you in the post box. And last but absolutely not least, we have mail from Feral Publication. Hey! Oh my goodness, I have not had an opportunity to talk about Rich for ages, but Rich is another one of the people who's like always doing stuff, so freaking creative, a zine tuber. Like, I will have all the links, so check out what he's doing, because he's always doing stuff, and he inspires me so much because he's very creative. He's a comic artist. Like, he has that creative brain, but he's been really successful in business. And so the blending of the business mind and the creative mind to make zines into this unique combination of, like, I feel like Rich brings business to zines in a way that doesn't take away from the integrity of zines and what they are. Anyway, so yeah, fangirl hard. Anyway, so we check no note left behind, and then so we have, oh my goodness, we have a bonus. Cool. All right, so we have number 22 already. Oh my goodness, I remember when Rich first started talking about this, and now we're at number 22. We have Feral Comics. Dun 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 dun. Woo! Dear reader, thanks for reading Feral Comics. I look forward to 2024 and the comics to come, Rich. Oh my goodness! Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna fangirl a little bit more because this is number 1 of 50. I love it. Obviously, you don't have to put what print run it is. You don't have to put what number in the print run it is, anything like that. But when I do see a little bonus like that, I do get a little bit of a thrill to have number 1 of 50. Like, oh, I just like. I'm such a dork. Anyway, so Feral Comics is awesome. I absolutely love it. Like I mentioned, Rich is very, like, he's a comic creator, but wants to bring the business side in and support fellow comic creators. Feral Comics is that, basically. It's a series. It features some issues feature only Rich, and other issues feature comic artists from all around the world. your subscription to Feral Comics. Yes, I'm subscribed. Help support Rich to support the artists who contribute to Feral Comics, and it's just friggin' awesome, and I love it. I know that I don't review zine comics as often as I would like to, so I love that Rich is out there doing Feral Comics from Feral Publication, amongst all of the, like, he does a lot. I'm pretty sure he even has a TikTok. I think I have a TikTok, but I'm not sure anyway. I'll have all the links in the bits and bobs, but yeah, it's so cool. And Rich has made so many awesome zines, like some that have really, really stuck with me over the years. But here, I'll let you check out Rich's comic style. Now, I don't know a lot about the history of comics or names in comics and stuff like that. I'm sorry, the lighting keeps being weird. So I can't really speak to that. I can only really speak to, I like this, I don't like this, but Rich is right in there talking about like the big names and making comics and everything like that, and the state of comics in general and everything like that. So if you're into comics, like I wouldn't be a port of call because I don't know much about them in general, but Rich is definitely your guy, especially if you are a comic artist. Talk to Rich, connect, email, all that stuff, because like Rich is awesome. 10 out of 10 kind of person. Like, so cool. Oh, very unique style. Oh my goodness. This story is one of two different beings walking down different lives, crossing paths in a random building, as we all do. Oh my goodness. And on his YouTube, like, he does like skating videos and stuff, skateboarding videos and things like that too, but talks about the business side of things. He does his own like showing off the zine mail and the zine goodness and stuff like that, featuring zine makers as well. So definitely, again, like another person to get in contact with for that reason as well. Just really all around cool guy, and I love what he brings to the zine verse, and how he supports the zine verse, and how like you can just tell like he's really passionate about what he does, and like he's a smart guy. And with Feral Comics number 22, we have a bonus zine with some random RoboCop sketches in Rich's style, of course, because they're by Rich. That's cool. Love a bonus, love a note, love a bonus. My goodness. Been trying to decide, like, do I have the energy to set aside time, because I'd love to learn to draw or draw better. Anyway. All right, I was about to show you, but it is a bonus, so I will leave it there, and I won't show you all the bits and bobs. I will encourage you to get Feral Comics 22 or sign up for a subscription, definitely, because supporting Rich and everything does, like, it goes right back into the zine verse and comics and everything like that. So definitely. So thank you, Rich, for sending that. It's always a pleasure to see mail from you in my post box. And oh my goodness, thank you, Rich, thank you, Ken, and thank you, Billy. All old long-running zine friends. It just warms my heart. Just like, one of the things that can be sad about the zine verse is like people pop up and then they drop off, and that's just the way of creativity sometimes. So it's really heartening to see people who have been creating for such a long time still doing their thing and everything, and just, yeah, I'm grateful for the friendship. So thank you, and thank you all for watching another fairly rambly Happy Mail Monday, but what would it be without the rambles? Thank you, and thank you for all that you do and all of that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I mean, the only reason I'm here doing Happy Mail Mondays is because of you. Like, if I didn't receive mail, what am I going to show on Happy Mail Monday? And it really like gives me a joy like no other when people who didn't know each other like connect in the comments or something like that, or people that, oh, I saw this on Happy Mail Monday, Nix's Happy Mail Monday, and stuff like that. Truly makes my heart happy. So definitely check the links if anything today interests you. And yeah, let's get the Zineverse more interconnected and supportive of each other and all of that good stuff. So yeah, with that, I will say thank you once more to everyone. I'm, as always, truly grateful. So until next time, make some zines, have some fun, take a deep breath. Life is stressful. Remind yourself that you're not alone. Reach out to someone if you feel alone. Nothing wrong with reaching out to someone if you need to. And just reminding yourself that you are cared about, you have friends. It's all okay. It's going to be okay. Did I say make some zines already? I think I did. But anyway, make some zines, have some fun, send some mail, and spread a little sunshine. Just a small update. I have not forgotten about witchy stuff. I still plan on making a witchy zine. I've just been kind of debating, do I want to do like a witchy chat video, or and there be some overlap in the zine, that sort of thing. But I haven't forgotten about the witchy chat thing. Like the panic attack incident really threw me off. But you may have noticed my amethyst from Black Wolf. Definitely part of the the witchiness. But yeah. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that I don't forget about these things. I do write them down, but it's kind of like time, energy, all that stuff. So you can always feel free to suggest them, as long as you know that it'll probably be like a couple months.